first off to the result tonight?
Yeah, obviously very disappointed. You know, you never want to go a player down. But I think as a group we reacted well. It's obviously never easy. I think in the second half we were defensively better. Obviously we didn't concede and unfortunately the pen at the end. But yeah, credit to the group. We always fight to the end and that's the Aussie spirit. But obviously, like I said, going down that early is never nice. Yeah, obviously disappointed with that, disappointed with the result. Yeah, it's one that probably we'd want to forget.
How frustrating is it when you go down to 10 players so quickly in the game?
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's hard to come back from that, especially so early. You know, it's really hard to create opportunities. But I think we did have some chances, half chances, to get in behind. But yeah, I think it's one of the hardest things in a game of football, and obviously against England being a world-class team, yeah, punishing us.
Any other questions for Ellie?
Ellie, can you just tell us how it felt having Sam as captain for the first time officially, and what she brings to the team that perhaps may have been missing in the last 2 years?
Yeah, Sam's always been our captain. Obviously, she was out for a very long time. Having her presence back in this squad is very important for us. You know, she's a big player. She's, you know, very important to the team. She brings a lot of experience. You know, for us, she's changed football in Australia. And yeah, for us having her on the team is a massive boost for us. Obviously, she's just coming back from a very long injury, so she's trying to find her feet, hit the ground running again. And I think, you know, multiple minutes here in the national team, she's probably very happy with that, and hopefully can build on that for the next games at club and country.
Yeah, Ellie, hi. Obviously, you were coming up against, as a team, coming up against Agatha Jones today. You obviously know her well from Chelsea, but what is she like to defend against, and what are kind of her qualities that really test you as a defender?
Yeah, I think Aggie's a world-class player. I think she can play in the 9 and also out wide. Yeah, I think she has every attribute to be such a world-class striker, and yeah, she's hard to defend. You know, we're having a couple of jokes throughout the game, but I think, yeah, having her obviously at my team at Chelsea, you know, is a massive attribute to Chelsea and also to the England team. So yeah, I'm happy for her that she got some, you know, more minutes tonight and shown why she should be a regular starter for England.
Ellie, can you just talk to us about with the Asian Cup, how you feel the team is prepared or not prepared for it in March, and because you only have another couple of games against New Zealand in a very short time together, how do you feel the team is gelling together at the moment?
Yeah, obviously it's very hard when we have a new coach come in quite late. But I think as a group, you know, we've been together, the core of us, for so many years. We've been through many major tournaments together. We know we only have 2 games left, but most of us are playing, you know, over in Europe at big clubs, and hopefully we can continue that form into next year in March. But I was saying earlier, I think tonight is a great opportunity for us, a great learning opportunity. You know, how do we react from going a player down, getting in these vulnerable positions? I think it's important for us to have these tests now before Asian Cup. Anything can happen in those games as well. So I think this is a learning opportunity for a group, and also how we come together, you know, and fix these issues, because anything can happen in football. We could go 10 men down 10 minutes into our first game. So yeah, like I said, I think it's a learning opportunity and also growing. And yeah, it's not long until the Asian Cup, so we really have to, you know, pull it together.
Questions for Joe?
Joe, hearing from Ellie, speaking to Caitlin and to Claire out there, is frustration sort of, is that a fair summary of how everyone's feeling after tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, in the course of the game, at the you know, at the end of it, yeah, a bit frustrated. You know, we didn't get a chance to sort of even affect any part of our game plan. We didn't start well. That's the honest truth. You know, England, you could see England were pressing higher and obviously more proactive in the defensive phase, a lot higher. We didn't get any rhythm, and then, you know, the game changed with with the 10 players. But look, they're opportunities for us to, you know, to put in practice some other ideas. What better way to simulate, you know, a situation in a tournament when you're 10 players down and you've got to make sure you've got to get something out of the game. You know, second half we made a few adjustments and probably limited a little bit of the opportunities, you know, in the box for England. But you know, they're a world-class side. They started well even before the sending off, and yeah, as I said, we take it as a massive learning curve for us.
Did you feel it was a sending off?
Anton, you know, I can't comment about referees and things like that, but it looked interesting because we did feel there was a player very, very close and behind Alana. So I don't know what the exact interpretation of the rule is.
I won't ask you about the penalty then.
Yeah, yeah.
But look, I'm just wondering what you've learned about your team tonight. Then, in that case, you said you came here to learn. So what have you learned about the side?
Well, obviously, simulating a situation when you go a player down very, very early. You know, you have to find another level of discipline without the ball. You haven't got the ball, so you have to find a level of discipline in understanding that, yeah, you have to give away certain qualities that or attributes that certain players have. You can't put them in practice. They have to do other things, and I think found out some good ideas in terms of profiles of players and what they can do in these situations. So for us, we take a lot of important information away from this game. Yeah, it's disappointing that we didn't get a chance to do what we want to do with the ball.
Thank you.
Joe, this is your first camp Europe-based, having had the Australian ones in the summer. I just wondered how you found the difference between that. Obviously, you want to play at home, you want to play in front of your fans and kind of play that part of growing the game, but to have the Europe-based camp, have you had more time with the squad? How have you found that?
Well, it's obviously worked because we have a lot of the players, you know, based in Europe. But it's been good because we've been able to just stabilise a core group. And as Ellie said, you know, the core group has sort of come together, and it's just been great to work with them. This is the first time I've worked with some of the players, and we just did a fair bit of work in terms of just making sure we're planning some base ideas that we're going to take with us for the whole journey to the Asian Cup. But yeah, look, it was great. It was great. I mean, we found you know, the challenges that we needed. You know, Wales are a good side also. We started off with that one, and we, you know, made 5 changes tonight against England. You know, who are a world-class side. So it gave us all the information that we need and the stability. And you know, we walk away, yeah, disappointed, but there is still belief in this group.
Do you get more time, like on a logistical sense, when, you know, Ellie's not having to fly 24 hours and you have to factor
Yeah.
that in?
But when do you land in Australia? When you go to Australia, you land on the Tuesday, do you?
Yeah, it depends.
It depends. Yeah, it
Wednesday,
depends
maybe.
when they're playing. So we probably lose the first couple of days of a normal camp. Yeah. So it's limited. They're the challenges, but you know, it's all part of what we do.
Is it finding that balance and obviously having some camps back home to, you know?
Yeah, we balance it up, obviously, to get some camps here, obviously to get as many players here on time. But we do a lot of work off camp too, in terms of just feeding the information and working with players and so on. It's you know, they're the logistical issues we've got, and we have to you know, work with them.
Hi, Jo. Sam said she was fed up of talking about her absence and just can't wait for people to critique her performance and on the pitch. During this camp, what's gone well from a player and personal point of view, and what are her next steps?
Yeah, just being able to work with the core group, as I said before, to have everyone together and being able to put those connections together, I think has been really, really important. I think we saw some really, really good things in terms of growth for Sam from that perspective. And as I said, she's judged purely on her football performance and you know, integrating in the group. And she's been absolutely brilliant over the last week and a half.
If I could just ask the same question that I asked Ellie of you, about the captaincy of Sam, what she brings, why you named her captain, and back in Australia there's been a lot of criticism about that decision. What do you say to Australians who say that Sam should not be captain?
Sam should not be captain. What do I say to Australians that Sam should not be captain?
No, what do you say to those people who believe
we've made a decision internally for what we believe is the best for football performance and for the group. I make football decisions. I'm not going to make any political decisions. They're purely football, and Sam is an important part of what we're trying to do. And as far as we're concerned, we just kept the status quo going forward, and we're happy with her continuing on as captain.
All good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.